Justin, how's your neck, and how did it happen?
My neck's doing better, and it happened in BP that first game in Atlanta. I just took a swing and felt a kind of a jolt down the back of my neck, and I tried taking another round, and it just kept getting tighter and tighter. So.
Okay, down here, Claudia, in front.
Hey, Justin. I know this is the postseason, completely different than the regular season. Towards the end of the season, we talk about the team's offense and how it picked up, especially during the Padres series. Did Justin feel the same as that big comeback?
The comeback yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's something we talk about all the time. As long as we have outs to play with, we like our chances, and you saw it last night. Just didn't look like there was much going, and then all of a sudden in that eighth inning, Smitty gets on, shoots a ball down the line. AJ finds a hole, and then next thing you know, the offense gets going. So obviously we'd like to do that a little earlier in the game, but that's why we play 9 innings.
Left over there, Heidi.
So is it like totally muscular, or is there any disc involvement with the neck?
I haven't got any pictures or anything, but I don't think it's disc. I think it's all muscular.
Also, where'd you get that awesome shirt?
Ever since I've been with the Dodgers, these things just show up in the clubhouse and get passed around. So it is one of my favorite ones. So.
Can you talk about the influence that Albert has had on this team?
Yeah, since day one, he's had a huge impact on all of us in there. Just his leadership, his experience, work ethic, and the way he goes about his business. He sets an example for everyone. And then also just watching how much he enjoys the game and how excited he is for everyone. I've said it probably 100 times. When you see him at the end of the dugout after a guy hits a homer, it's almost like he's more happy than the guy that hit the homer, just waiting to give you a big hug. So he's been great for everyone, and he just brings so much to this team.
Okay, down here in the front row.
Hey, Justin. It seems like you guys have adopted the mentality of just backs to the wall. It seems like every time that's happened, you guys have come through really big. Have you guys really just embraced that, or even think about that on a higher level?
Obviously, I don't think that's how you draw it up. It'd be a lot easier if we just won 4 in a row and didn't have to worry about it. But it is a 7-game series. A lot can happen throughout that 7 games. There's momentum shifts all the time. So you just can't take anything for granted. You can't take any lead for granted. You got to show up and play and add on and score as many runs as you possibly can, because no one's just going to fold, especially in the playoffs, especially in this part of the postseason. So every out's important, every run's important, and you just got to keep going.
And as far as Mookie Betts, how much has he been impactful, just not on the field, but in the locker room as well?
Yeah, he's a game changer in all facets. Defensively, base running, with a bat, hit for power. He really does it all, and he kind of sets the tone for us at the top of the lineup. And he's been great for us for 2 years now, just doing his thing and kind of setting the tone for us. And we're happy that he's in Dodger blue.
Over here on the far right, Chelsea.
Hi, Justin. I was going to ask about Mookie, so just to kind of follow up on that. You've played with, obviously, Albert, Kershaw, all these great names. Is there anything different about the way Mookie Betts kind of conducts himself, or the things he does that you think make him successful?
Yeah, I think one thing that is very common for a lot of those guys that you just named is the obsession with perfection and greatness, and I think that's Mookie. You go in the cage at any point in the day, and he's in there hitting and hitting and hitting, and if it's not perfect, he doesn't like it. So he's just addicted to working.
Can we go over here, Bill, in the middle? Mike?
Yeah, Justin, the results for you personally haven't been great in the postseason. Is there something in particular you're working through or fighting against?
I think it's just baseball. I think you go through ups and downs. Obviously, it's not ideal at this point in the season to not be getting results, but you just keep showing up and keep working and keep grinding through it and trust the process. You take a look at the season that Bellinger's had, and there was a lot of negative stuff out there about what he did, and now you look at him in the postseason, and you can basically say he's single-handedly the reason we're in this position right now that we're in. So it's just part of the season. There's ups and downs, and you just continue to trust the process, continue to show up, and keep working.
Go back to Heidi on the left.
Justin, Braves are going with the bullpen game. To my knowledge, they haven't even listed the starter who's going to start the game. How is preparing for a bullpen game different than a traditional game?
It's not really that different, especially since we've seen almost all of their bullpen arms already. I think Smiley and Noah are the two guys we haven't seen yet, and obviously I haven't heard who they're starting either, but anticipate those two guys trying to cover the bulk of the load. So we'll get ready for those two guys and then see what happens after that.
Does it present a unique challenge facing a different guy every single at-bat?
Yeah, it's a little different. Obviously, the more times you see a guy, especially consecutively, the more information you get, and the easier it is to put together a plan. But like I said, we faced a lot of these guys in their bullpen over the last 3 games, and we faced them a lot over the last couple of years. So, everyone knows kind of how they want to attack you, how they're going to get you out, and you just take it one at a time.